Christina with Florida Full-Time Review, and I'm here to wrap up the previous two videos that we posted about Keystone Heights RV Resort. And my husband is behind me.
Hello.
And we just wanted to tell you what's the backstory to all this. And we were helping our park out a few weeks ago because we've been having several burglaries where cars and trucks have been broken into for probably the past 3 months. So we were out in the middle of the night driving around helping, and we overheard a couple arguing. And
it was more than an argue. There was slamming stuff, people screaming, a woman screaming. So we did the right thing. At least we thought we did the right thing.
We called the police. Bradford County Sheriff came, and that was the end of it. So a few days later, we have a community Facebook page, and it was posted on there that there was a domestic issue, and which is good to let us all know about it. But the bad part was, it also said there was a domestic issue, and if anybody's caught discussing it, that you will be removed. So my husband and I didn't say a word that we had anything to do with it, because when you call the police, you really don't want to advertise it.
So the next morning we wake up, everything is fine. And then why don't you tell the audience about what the general manager, Ken, did on Facebook?
That's what I just said.
Okay.
So he proceeded to tell not only the people that we called that he heard it was us, but he told the entire park.
550 subscribers to this
right.
Facebook page, and he told everybody about theirs and our business.
Right. So let's start with the saga. June 1st.
If I may just for a moment, didn't Ken also say in that same text that he's looking to keep people's privacy intact?
Yeah.
So, okay, he's looking to keep people's privacy intact, but he tells 550 people.
Exactly. And there was one of our residents said that she was blissfully unaware and wanted to know why he was putting it on social media. And now that he put it on social media, now she wants to know what happened.
So basically, because it was one of his employees who lives here, he is going to hang and ostracize the people who called.
Right. So June 1st, we get a letter saying, at 1 o'clock, June 1st, saying that we have less than 72 hours to leave. And the reason, just want to let you know, it's not financial because we always pay every month. We pay early.
This is Tuesday. What's today's date? The 7th? I believe.
Yeah.
Like I said, today's Tuesday, June 7th.
And
we're paid up until Saturday.
Yes, the 11th.
Okay.
So this was June 1st, and his reasoning for wanting us to leave is several complaints of harassment of members of the resort staff, as well as other residents, and these actions go against the policies of the resort.
So in other words, because we called 911 and they just happen to be resort staff.
Yeah, they're residents / staff.
Okay, so then we have to leave the park because we tried to save someone's life.
Right, and we've never had any problems with any neighbors in here.
No, we've been here a year and a half. As a matter of fact, a year and a half, the 4th month we were here, I fixed the internet for the whole park.
Right.
Because of a lightning strike.
Right. Brand new park.
And let's not forget what happened to me about 6 months ago.
He had a nuclear stress test prior to that, and while he was working on the internet here, and then 6 months ago,
I had a heart attack while working on the internet here, and then in November I had double bypass, and I'm still recovering to this day.
Yeah.
And this is how they treat us, the people who help them twice.
Right.
As well as patrolling at nighttime for free, because the place was being robbed every night.
Okay, so that was June 1st, and I'll just show it to you. And this came June 1st on.
And this is the first letter.
And it was at 1 p.m. it was delivered, so it was less than 72 hours they wanted us to get out.
Okay. And I see Ken Lloyd signed it, and only Ken Lloyd.
Yes, please notate the signature.
I want everybody to look at Ken Lloyd's signature. All right. Go on.
Okay, so the second letter, that was June 1st. The second letter we received June 2nd. Prior to receiving this letter June 2nd, it wasn't even June 2nd, it just dated June 2nd. On the second day, it was, people were driving by, pointing at us and everything.
Spying on us, pointing at us. They had
following us around.
Yeah, they had people following us around the park.
I went to do laundry.
Yeah.
People were following me do the laundry. So this letter is dated June 2nd, but we didn't physically receive the letter
until June 4th.
Mm-hmm.
And this is from the general manager,
right.
not Ken Lloyd, but this is from the general manager, Cindy.
Because after we received the first letter, we called Bradford County Sheriff to ask them, what, I don't understand. We haven't had any problems. I don't understand why they want us to get out in less than 75.
And they said that we have a minimum of 7 days.
Right.
Because we've been living here for almost a year and a half. Our driver's licenses have this address, and our mail has this address, because they have mail service here.
Yeah.
So they have to go by Florida statutes for evicting somebody the proper way.
Okay, so this letter is dated June 2nd. We didn't physically receive it until June 4th. Now, on June 1st, when the sheriff called them and told them that they had to give us a new letter, the sheriff said it has to be dated the same day you give it to them. So to be sarcastic, they didn't give us the letter on the 2nd. They didn't give us the letter on the 3rd.
Yeah, they made up lies, and they implicated 2 police officers that work for Bradford, that are part of Bradford County Sheriff's Office, implicated them, saying that they had the letters. So we called the Bradford County Sheriff's Department, and they said that they are not allowed to deliver any mail or any notices for this park because it didn't go through courts.
Right. So we got tired of the waiting game because we knew they were playing a game with us. So Saturday morning, I called the office. Cindy, the park manager, was there, and I said, "Are you going to give us our letter?" And she says, "Well, I gave it to the sheriff to give to you." I said, "Well, we never saw them." And she said, "Fine, I'll bring it down. You can come down and get it." And I said, "No, I'm not coming down there. You can bring it to me." And I said, "It better have today's date on it with 7 days from that to leave."
She basically said, "Too bad, no."
She said to me, "If I have to change the date, the general manager is out of town, I would have to contact the owner. And if she has to contact the owner, then we would be out in 24 hours.
So even though the police told them that they have 7 days here, period, that's the law, she told you, too bad what the law says, too bad what the police says, I'm throwing you out of here in 24 hours.
Right. So she brings the letter down. It says we have, it's dated June 2nd. We didn't receive it until the 4th. Again, it says we have to get out in 7 days. And let me just show it to you.
And it's basically the same letter. And there is, again, please note, Ken Lloyd's signature next to the black line. And it's the same exact letter, nothing different. So then, what happened that night? I know that this day right here, we wrote a review online, a Facebook review we both did about this place, explaining what we went through and why we wrote the reviews that we did.
Yeah. So that was Saturday afternoon. When we got that letter, we went down to Bradford County Sheriff and we put a report in because they've been wonderful. And they wanted us to keep in touch with them on a daily basis on what's going on.
So you've been texting a sergeant this whole time without them knowing about it.
Mm-hmm.
You've been texting a sergeant and he's been telling you that, look, I called up and spoke to Ken Lloyd personally, and I told him, leave them alone. They have till the 7th.
Right. They have till the 9th.
Okay, the 9th. And then Ken got combative with the officer, he told you.
Yeah.
All right.
So, moving forward, because we did our reviews, and I believe that was the same day we did our YouTube videos for you, and also while we were doing our YouTube videos, we were being followed around as well. So, I guess it got back to Cindy, the park manager. Remember, she said Ken is out of town for the weekend. So, Saturday night, and I can't make this up, at 11 p.m., here comes Cindy, the park manager, Dale, the operation manager, and 2 Bradford County sheriffs. And she hands me a letter saying that we have to vacate the resort immediately.
So they sent you this letter, they gave you this letter because we wrote reviews.
Yes.
And and the police specifically told them a day prior, leave them alone. They have 7 days.
Yes.
Okay.
So the police asked us what's been going on. We told them who we've been discussing it with, gave them all the report numbers and all the information that we've been in constant contact with them.
Showed them the text from the sergeant on our phone.
Right. So they went back and told them again, leave them alone. The letter that says the 9th, we'll just stick with that. Technically they're paid up until the 11th.
And she was, I want them out because they wrote a review. I want them out now. They're not going to get 7 days. I want them out now because they said bad things about the park online.
So this was Saturday night at 11 p.m.
Now, folks, I want you to notice, this is the same exact letter, but I want you to look at the reviews. I want you to look at the signatures. All of a sudden, you see a new signature that says Cindy on it, and you see a whole different name that says Ken Lloyd, and it's not the same signature.
Yeah.
So what she did is she actually forged a letter with a forged signature on it to give to the police, that the police gave to us. And we showed the police all 3 letters and noted that the signature is not the same in that she forged it. Well, how do we know it's forged? You could clearly see, for one thing, not any of those other letters had Cindy's name on it until this one.
Okay, so to continue, this was Saturday night. So, of course, we expected something again Sunday night because, and they're also spreading rumors around the whole park. They're letting them know about our whole eviction. We are on the stage for the whole park. And people were driving by at 11 o'clock Saturday night, and I'm like, what's going on? And looking and pointing and laughing. So this has been devastating. We thought this was going to be our forever home. So Sunday night, nothing, peace and quiet, and let's get to Monday. We got in our golf cart to take the garbage out, like any normal day, and we see Bradford County Sheriff up at the office. And then we also see, I'm going to say, all these residents up there gathered. They're like they were having a party. So we go, take the garbage out.
Yeah, we just left our site because we were taking garbage down to the garbage dumpsters, which you have to go past the office to get there.
And the Bradford County Sheriff stopped and said, "Can I talk to you?" And we're like, "Sure." So we went into the clubhouse, and he said, the reason why they called the police, and I can't make this up, is because they wanted us to remove our YouTube videos. And he explained to them that we had...
And our reviews.
Oh, and our reviews.
Yes.
And he explained to them that we had every right to do that. It's freedom of speech. And that we can go around here and we can videotape anything we want. The only thing, we just can't do anything against the law. And what we did was not against the law. So again, he went back up there and told them, leave us alone. So just, keep in mind, they keep harassing us. So we're going to leave, obviously. It's very heartbreaking.
We just want to make people aware that these people are so untrained, so undereducated about how to run a business, They have no experience. Now, these managers and co-managers and park managers, whatever they call themselves, every week it changed. So one week they're this, but they keep doing little in-house promotions. Now, we can tell you by personally knowing that nothing you will ever do in this park will get past that office and those employees. Nobody in this park knows who owns the place, who to go over their heads to talk to, any other corporations that own it, anything. You can never go past them. You are stuck with them.
Yeah,
period.
they're very secretive on who owns it.
Now you got to figure too that this lady Cindy is so desperate to make us leave that she actually forged a document and gave the police. And by the way, we are still in contact with the police, and we're not letting this go. This was a crime that she committed by forging a document and giving it to them, and we are going to follow through with it.
Yeah. And the reason why you see these little letters with their letterhead on it, nothing official through the court, again, because they're doing this all in-house. If they go through the courthouse, they have to get the permission of the owner.
And they don't want the owners to find out anything that's been going on.
How they're running this park.
Exactly.
So let me move on past this, and let me just tell you about a few things about the park, too, that maybe we didn't touch base on. Internet's great. We love the internet.
Yeah, we got no complaints about the internet. This is really good internet.
It's the best internet we've seen, after they figured out, the bad spot shop when it was first put in. Cable TV, that's a whole nother story.
Yes, we'll get warnings from the general manager saying there's a big thunderstorm coming. Watch the Weather Channel so you can get updates. Well, the cable is so bad here, when you turn on the Weather Channel, it's just pixelated blocks, if anybody knows what digital TV looks like.
Or a black screen. Yeah. So, also the other amenities that they have here, the pool, beautiful.
It's a beautiful pool. It's not heated. He'll advertise that the pool is heated. It's not heated. It only has a warmer.
It has a warming system.
He
tried to tell all of us it was solar panels. It's not.
It's not solar panels.
It's like black drapes over the pipe.
Yeah.
Hot tub's good.
When it works.
Yeah, when it works. They've had issues. It opened May of last year. And
I personally won't go in the hot tub because people have sex inside there at night, and
that's another thing.
They won't throw, because that's, again, their employees go inside there and have sex in a hot tub, and they're okay, and they don't clean the hot tub, but, if anybody else would have done something like that, they're gone.
Right. And apparently there's cameras up there, and they know who did it, but no one has been kicked out.
Yeah.
The amenities, they have a weight room, which is great. They have a sauna. They have an activities room with books and games, poker tables.
Basically the same amenities you can find at any resort.
Yeah, they have pool tables, ping pong, a little mini shuffleboard, and a regular shuffleboard outside.
The shuffleboard outside has a lot to be desired. It's one of those put together ones. It's not a real shuffleboard court where they actually.
It's on the sidewalk.
Yeah, it's on the sidewalk.
It looks like they are building something behind the pool that we were told it was supposed to be an outdoor barbecue or something.
I think that was in video number 2 or 1, but we still haven't figured out what it is yet.
Yeah, they started building it like November of last year, October, November, and then all of a sudden the building ceased. So we have no idea. Everything was fine with the one laundry room that was in here. It has, I misspoke before, it has 10 washers, 10 dryers, which was fine for the phase 1. But once they built phase 2, you literally have to go up there, see if there's a washer and dryer available, then come back to your site, get your laundry, rush up there, hurry up and jump on it, or you're waiting in line.
Yeah, there's like 1,400 people that live here.
Yeah.
So what happens is we've been out patrolling at night trying to watch people's things, and we've seen people We've seen people,
at the laundry room.
at the laundry room
11
at
o'clock.
2 o'clock in the
11.
morning.
Yeah, there was one time we saw a lady go up there in the middle of the night, and I'm like, what is she doing? I'm like, oh my goodness.
If you want to use the showers, you got to go up there at 2 o'clock in the morning because there are 6 showers.
Mm-hmm.
5 showers. I think it's 4. Is it 5 showers or 6 showers?
I think it's 6 showers.
I think it's
Yeah,
6 showers for
handicap
men and
the
6
other
showers
two.
for women for 1,400 people.
3 in one and 3 in the other one.
Oh, is it
So
that
6
many?
total.
So the 6 total.
Right. And good luck. My husband's disabled, and good luck getting the disabled
Yeah, you
one.
can. They got one disabled one, which is
Right.
big and it's roomy and it's all
Mhm.
that. And good luck ever getting that.
Right.
And the rumors is they're building a. They've already started working on
Phase 3.
Phase 3, and the general manager is. Everybody's asking for the plan so they could see the plans, and he keeps saying he's going to put it up because he was making promises of another pool and another clubhouse and another, all these great things. Well, come to find out, there is none of that stuff.
Yeah.
So they're going to
They
have.
told us there was going to be a strip mall. There was going to be a general store.
None of it's true. He refuses to show it.
They told the city across the way, they own the property across the way on the other corner, that there was going to be like a gas station, general store. Well, that's not happening.
That's going to be a
used
RV dealership.
Yeah. That's another thing. They're moving a used RV dealership in here / mobile home. So I don't know how that's going to work either.
And when you come in the front gate, all that you see is a bunch of ugly-looking construction vehicles parked out front because they rent that area to a construction company.
I think it's Clay County Utilities or something.
Yeah.
They rent it out. We kept asking, why are all these utility trucks out there and, semi-trucks and everything, and we just recently found out it's because they rent that out. They say that this is a gated and secured community. I'm here to tell you it is not. They refuse to close the gates 24/7. They said they'll never close the gates 24/7. I suggested, and other people suggested, that close it when the office is closed. And they said, no, the only day that it's closed when the office is closed is on Sunday.
And it closes at 2 p.m.?
At 2 p.m. That's the only day that it closes when the office. When the office is closed during the week and on Saturday, it's a free-for-all in here. The whole town of Keystone Heights on Saturday comes in here and uses our amenities.
And why is that? Because they have no signs anywhere on the outside that says private property, residents only. There is not one sign anywhere on this property that says anything of that kind at all.
Right.
It's totally open.
And we've suggested other things, a scanner for our license plate, key cards, but there's the fence doesn't go all the way down in the front.
Speeders inside here is horrible. It's posted 5 miles an hour. The rules say 10 miles an hour, but everybody does 30, 35 miles an hour. There are no stop signs. It has turned from a 55 park officially into a regular family park where there's children all through here. They say they can only stay for 7 days, but there's been kids living here and babies growing up here.
Yeah.
And children living here for months and months and months and months, and that's going to be years and years and years. We saw a school bus dropping off kids out front, and then they walk through the gate to come in here with their backpacks on.
Yeah. And it's not that we have anything against kids. We have our own kids.
Another suggestion is do a background check on this place to make sure that there's anybody in here that's undesirable. So that's just a suggestion.
Yes, please do your research before you come in here because they don't do their research before they allow people in here. So I'll leave it at that, and you can pretty much know what I'm talking about. As far as the rules go, no one in here follows all the rules. You can build whatever you want, sheds, gazebos, the sheds, you're supposed to get the general manager to come down and tell you where to put it.
Actually, we find out.
And also get written permission to have it. Well, that's not going on.
Actually, we found out only some people can do that because the other guy over there is getting yelled at and probably going to get evicted because he's putting up a fuss because some people are told you can only do it this way and this way and this way. While, of course, one of the 50 employees can build whatever they want, how they want. I mean, we've got a pond out back where they built the gazebo with a dock on it almost.
Yeah. If people are building stuff in common area, we like to fish. So we are right on the main pond coming in the gate. So, you're allowed to walk around and fish. Well, because people have built their stuff all the way into the common area, you can't walk around certain areas of the pond. But again, if you work here, you can do that. But if you don't work here, like one of our neighbors put his shed up, the operation manager told him that he had to move it. So he went up to the office, got Ken's permission, the general manager, that it was okay to stay there. And then a couple of days later, the park manager, Cindy, comes over and says, you have to move it. And he's like, I don't understand. So different rules for different people. Again, they called the police because we did a YouTube video. There are other people in here that have done YouTube videos. You can look on YouTube and see. Did they have to ask permission before they did the YouTube video?
If it was a good YouTube video, they're fine with it. But if it's anything against them, I'm telling you, this woman, Cindy, is so out of control that you could come here and put, whether you're here for a weekend or a year, if we're losing money. They're going to cheat us out of 5 days of money and not even offering us to give it back because they're so angry with us that it's like walking on eggshells here, where you could be kicked out for anything at any time just because they don't like you.
Yeah.
And it's just so scary. It's a scary, scary place.
And again, we've been here for a year and a half. Also, too, if you try to do anything outside, it's very difficult because they've built this up a little higher, and the wind here is horrible.
Yeah, if you treasure your awning, don't put it out here. Yeah. Because every single day is 35, 40, 45 mile an hour winds. For some reason, it's on one of the highest spots in Florida with a wind coming off the northeast, just blasting the side of this. And there's a landfill across the street, and this is all there's no shade here.
Right.
It's all wide open. Picture 700 sites that are just in a giant field. That's how it is.
Right. And there's also an airport in Keystone Heights.
Mm-hmm.
And on Saturday and Sundays, they're, doing shows or whatever. I mean, it's just constant. There's military base near us, so they're out here with
low-flying helicopters.
Low-flying ones.
People practicing their special planes that they do tricks with. They're going up all day. I mean, you can't even go outside and hear anything.
Exactly.
It's so windy here that it actually blows out your charcoal grill. I mean, your gas grill.
Yes. You have a hard time lighting your gas grill. That's how windy it is here. If you have a electric awning, don't even bother. I couldn't tell you how many times we've seen weekenders come in here. The wind is barely blowing. They put it out, and here comes a gust of wind, and it's broke.
My favorite one was about 6 or 7 months ago. Somebody put a little Joe Biden sticker on a little door, just an 1.5 inch sticker that says, I did it. And the next day, Ken, the general manager, wrote on Facebook, I'm going to find out who did this, and I'm going to throw him out of the park. I'm absolutely, he went on and on and on about it. And come to find out, it was one of the guys that does the pool, and he actually said it was me, and nothing happened. Nothing happened to him. He's still here. So it just tells you what he said. I'll throw you out of here. Yeah, if it was somebody who wasn't working here, you're right. You'd be thrown out of here. For something as trivial as that.
And it was just a joke.
Yeah, it was just a joke. So you know what? Anybody who comes here and places your money down, places a weekend, how much it costs for a weekend or a week or a month or a year, just be aware you're walking on eggshells here.
Yes. Especially if you're only staying here temporarily, because not all, but there's a certain amount of full-timers in here that feel like they're better than you.
Mm-hmm.
And how dare you come in here and think you can use our amenities, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah, there was a big
Yeah.
fight at the pool, I guess. where-
Memorial Day weekend. Again, the police were called. So just be warned, do your research